What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes. And in this video, I'm gonna be giving you guys a mini review episode for the units that we have got in a Monstrous Harvest banner this year, which is a Halloween banner, and also the weapon refines which we have got for this month's update. So I'm basically going to be discussing my thoughts with you guys, and feel free to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below as well. Let's have a chill discussion. So I didn't really make a first impression video for this, so I don't really have like my speculated stats to compare these two because I was busy with some real life stuff. So the timestamps for the things are on your screen and also in the description, and big shout out to Xanek for this Datamine. So I'm going to be leaving his links in the description. He also has a YouTube channel where he uploads like the voice clips and stuff like that. So you can listen to that there. So the first unit we have is Ileana. She looks really adorable. First of all, the art is absolutely amazing. And she is a blue armor mage. Now, we haven't really got too many armor mages in the game. She's the fourth one. And Ileana is pretty similar to Winter Tharja, because she has got that kind of defensive stat line, but it's not really as min-max as Tharja, because Ileana does have a bit more speed than her. She does have the new Gen BST, which is 169 BST. So that's that. I was actually expecting her to have like Gen 4 BST, but I think they're sticking with Gen 3, I believe, for the armor units. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because like Winter Tharja was 164 BST, I believe. So yeah, Ileana has got really high attack and really high resistance. So that's definitely her two strongest stats. Defense is definitely workable. If you want to use her with close counter, you could definitely use her as a tank with something like Blar's Serpent or an Owl Tome. So that can be done, because a lot of people did like to do that with Valentine Lynn. But she has got a much better defensive stat spread than Valentine Lynn. Valentine Lynn just has better speed, so that could be worked out. And she also has a better attack than Lynn, so that's definitely something. So she can definitely work out as a pretty good defensive mage. She does have that Fury weapon, which is probably not going to be synergizing all that well if you're running something like Weary Fighter or even Special Fighter on her. She already comes with Bold Fighter, and she also has a new Slotsy skill, which is kind of like an opening skill but for 2 stats, so that's something. We have got a lot of new line of Slotsy skills these past couple of months. So that's Ileana. I didn't really expect her to be armor mage. Actually was definitely surprised with that. As I said before, you could definitely build her up defensively with something like a Serpent Tome, an Owl Tome, or even a Raven Tome actually. You can also use her offensively with a Blade Tome. With Bullfighter, she's going to be hitting extremely hard, so that can be done. The next thing that we have is Rochelle. She is a green mage cavalier. We definitely have a couple of them, but her stat spread is definitely pretty good, like offensively. Base 36 attack is really good, and base 34 speed. So she's got 1 less speed than Thunderhead Olwen, and has got 6 more attack than her. But she doesn't really have Thunderhead. But she's basically like a slight improvement of Valentine Mist, in a sense. So yeah, there's not really much to discuss about her stat spread. She just has a good offensive stat spread, and that's pretty much it. Doesn't really have any kind of bulk. I wish they gave her Swiss Sparrow 3. She comes with Swiss Sparrow 2 actually, which really stinks. Did they just forget that they have a tier 4 version of that skill? I don't know. Swiss Sparrow 3 would have been really awesome on her. She just comes with Swiss Sparrow 2, so that's a bit disappointing. She's going to be facing some competition from the existing green mage cavaliers like Gunthra and Thunderhead Olwen. They do have preferred weapons, and they might not have as much of an offensive stat spread as her, but still, their unique weapons and unique skill in case of Gunthra definitely helps a bit. The next unit we have is Old Man Dozla. So he is the second dagger armor unit in the game, which we have got almost after a year now, after Winter Cecilia. So he has got really high attack, really high defense, but his speed is such like at a weird spot. It's not at all min-maxed. It's just a mess. You could definitely allocate those in his resistance, and he would have been a fantastic tank. He does have 174 BST, which is quite a lot. So yeah, he can act as a really good tank, but I guess you could use the speed actually if you get plus speed IV or something like that. If you really want to invest in the speed department, you could try to deny some follow-ups, but it's definitely going to be taking quite a bit of work, and you're much better off using him as a pure tank in my opinion. And as a dagger unit, he has got a lot of options that he could use. Daggers are just so versatile. You could use Smoke Dagger, you could use Barb Shuriken, Cleaner Plus in case of Ether Raids. That's really powerful weapon. You could also use the Myogi Daggers as well. He can also run Winter Cecilia's Goody Boot Plus. That can also be done. And we also have some other like seasonal options which are a bit expensive, but yeah, he does has a lot of options being a dagger unit, so that's definitely pretty amazing. Just like Ileana, he can also run close counter and act as a defensive unit basically. He doesn't really have any good skills honestly. He just has that Ether Raid's defense skill and Armor March and a dual rally skill. That's pretty much it, and a Fury Dagger. There are better dagger options than that, but of course for Vantage Sweepers, his dagger can actually be useful, I guess, because of its inbuilt Fury. And the last unit we have is the star of this banner, basically like the poster boy. So he has got really high attack. We did see his stats in the FEH channel live stream, so it's nothing new. He has got 180 BST, and he does have a super boon in attack with having 41 attack, so he is incredibly powerful, and his weapon also gives him +3 attack, so that's why he has got really high attack right off the bat, really defensive, and has workable resistance at 27. Of course, he does come with distant counter like all of the other Hectors, except for Brave Hector. He has got Austrian counter, but pretty much the same thing. He has got odd follow-up skill, which is really inconsistent. It's not really all that good of a skill, honestly. It's just a bit of a gimmick. So not really the best skill that he can run on his slot B. And he also has another condition in his weapon where if he is below 100% health, or if he's battling in an odd turn, then he gets +4 to all of his stats during the combat. It's also effective on armored units, so even if you get one copy of him, he could definitely be useful in something like Arena Assault for sure. And when he's a bonus unit in Arena or even in Arena Assault, he can definitely be used really well even as an unmerged unit. Now, let's talk about the new effect and the new Pandora's box this type of unit opens. Of course, he is really adorable with Lilina, and I've been wanting Old Man Hector for a long time. He's not really all that old actually. Not really as old as in Binding Blade. He doesn't really have his mustache, which I would have liked actually. But yeah, let's talk about the duo status. So that's a new kind of thing, and his duo status lets him inflict 20 damage to all foes, and you can only use it one time. You can use it only one time, they say, but they actually have released 2 Ether Raid structures. So the offensive duo structure is called Duo's Indulgence. It's the bottom one with the orange color. The first duo skill used between turn 1 and turn 3 can be used a second time. And I've been told that if you upgrade this, this turn count actually increases. So if you upgrade it, then it will be between turn 1 and turn 4. If you upgrade it again, then it's gonna be between turn 1 and turn 5. So basically you get to have 2 uses of a duo skill, and for Hector it's like easy 40 damage, and that's without even counting a level 4 Bolt Tower which can do 25 damage. So that's insane amount of damage, but once again you have to consider the fact that many teams have got basically an unsnipeable healing tower, and that's done for a lot of reasons, you know, for checking Chronia, of course, for checking against like Vantage Sweepers, stuff like that. But still, like, the damage output this can provide is absolutely insane. It's gonna be taking a slot on your Ether Raid's offense for sure, and sometimes that can be hard, but still, it's an option and can be used nonetheless, so that opens a lot of possibilities. And the defense structure is even more ridiculous. It's called Duo's Hindrance. If a duo hero is on the defensive team, foe cannot use duo skills between turn 1 and turn 3. Once again, if you upgrade this, then it will be becoming turn 1 and turn 4. If you upgrade it again, then it will be turn 1 and turn 5. So to have this structure work, not only you need to have this on your map, but you also need to have a defensive duo hero. Now you would say that, yeah, Hector is a really bad Ether Raid's defense hero. He's an armor unit, doesn't have mobility, this and that. But that's without realizing that they're going to be releasing more duo heroes in the future, and likely they are going to be mythic heroes as well. So basically in the Datamine, it was found out these like double status icons, you could say. So here we have got Astra and duo status, Light and duo status, Anima, and also Dark here with the duo status, and for all of the elements basically. So these are going to be a different type of legendary and mythic heroes that are going to be released. And for sure, they're going to be releasing some kind of defensive mythic hero with this duo status. This duo status can definitely vary, I guess. So for defense, it might have something that AI can control. Or maybe if it's something like I don't know, that's just happening at a certain turn, so the AI doesn't have to act, because I don't think like AI will be able to trigger like the duo skill. So that's what I'm talking about. So you have to have a duo hero to have this defensive structure of any use. So it basically adds another factor into ether raids, which is really annoying actually. Like for protecting your team from duo heroes, you need to have a duo hero yourself. And this structure, of course, probably upgraded if you want to have a good amount of protection. So that's that. So it really depends on how often they release these duo heroes. I think that because they have released these structures, even though we only have our first duo hero, I think they're going to be released at a good amount of pace. As you saw, legendary and mythic heroes with the duo status are going to be released. And units like Hector can be blessed with blessings because they don't really have any kind of mythic or legendary status. So that can be done for Ether Raid's offense, and can also be done for Ether Raid's defense if you want to use Hector, for the time being at least. But not a lot of people are going to be having Hector right now, and not a lot of people are going to be using him for their offense. When they're going to be releasing offensive mythics with duo heroes, the need of the defensive duo structure is going to be much more, because a lot of people are going to be using them because they're offensive mythic heroes. So I mean, for if they release some kind of light mythic hero, you could have Air and that light mythic hero with the duo status, so that could be used. And if it's something like this, then you can even have like 2 mythic heroes if you got lucky with the duo status. So we'll have to see how it turns out. Honestly, this kind of like mechanic really need to be introduced. Not only this has implications on your main game mode, but it also has implications as units, like what units are going to be released as duo heroes. I don't know why they just introduced it. They are really adorable. I really like the part where you could hear the conversation, the extra conversation, but the thing is that it's going to be definitely changing a bit of metagame in Ether Raids as the months go on. Not right now, because we only have one like duo hero in Hector, and he's an armor unit, but you know, with offensive mythic heroes and defensive mythic hero with the duo status, it's definitely going to be something that will change things. And the other effect of the duo status, which Hector has got, is that he can have 185 BST in Arena, so that's definitely going to be increasing the score ceiling of Arena. And I don't think, like, only Whales of the Whales are going to be having him at Plus and Merge, because this is a 4-person banner. So that definitely increases the score ceiling. So down the road, if they release more of these duo heroes, then it might be becoming even harder for a free-to-play player to stay in Tier 21 Arena. From my free-to-play account, I'm able to stay in Tier 21 Arena most of the time, unless it's some kind of ridiculous bonus week or something like that. Most of the time, I'm able to stay in Tier 21 Arena without any kind of Wailed or any kind of like 5-star exclusive plus a unit. I just have my Arena core of Pala, Gwendolyn, and Nino, and that's pretty much it. And I use like whatever legendary hero is in the rotation. So yeah, that's the duo status. We'll have to see how it works out. And the final unit we have is Rolf. He's going to be given out as a free unit from Tempest Trial, which is going to be happening on Monday. He's got 30 attack and 36 speed. I wish his attack was higher, like at least like 32. He does have the bow with Fury built in, like the trend this banner has got going with the seasonal weapons. And he has got Shove as his assist skill, Desperation as his slot B skill, which is unlockable at 5-star. And his main fodder skill is Oddspeed Wave 3, which is available at 4-star. So that's definitely pretty good. I hope they can release Speed Tactics sometime soon. He's also pretty decent actually. And of course, if you picked Brave Lynn from Choose Your Legends 1, then she's also an option. But I find Bradley Louise to be a bit better than him. Mainly because, like, I'm speaking in terms of free-to-play guides, because she already has, like, attack speed bond as a slotted skill. Meanwhile, Rolf doesn't really have that. He does have Desperation, which synergizes really, really well with his Fury Bow. So that's something. And Outspeed Wave is also really good for doubling. He's definitely going to be having application in my free-to-play guides, I have a feeling, because the synergetic kit is pretty amazing. And Shove is also pretty good for movement purpose. So pretty decent free unit, but that's pretty much it. He does have one 57 BST, which is more than Brad Louise and Brave Lynn, of course. So that's the free unit that we're getting. And now let's move on to the weapon refines. So the first weapon refine is of Lute. She's got the Weirding Tome refine, and this basically becomes a dual sabotage skill for speed and resistance. So that works out with her resistance, and she could definitely make use of that as a support unit. And the refine effect of this weapon is that if a penalty is active on the foe, then she's going to be getting +4 to all of her stats during the combat. So definitely pretty nice in a way that she can support other allies, and she can also become powerful herself. So you definitely want to use her with stuff like Aversa and a lot of debuffing skills, shield skills. Of course, the sabotage skill in her weapon also helps a lot for support. You can also run chill defense for slot B and also have chill attack as Sacred Seal for more support. With the sabotage skill, her rest ploy becomes not really all that useful. But still, I guess if you're not able to get the sabotage effect, then rest ploy could be helpful maybe, which is in her base kit. So pretty decent refine overall. I'm definitely interested in seeing what kind of refines Arvis and Sias get. So definitely going to be looking forward to them. And that's Lute. She definitely got a good weapon, in my opinion. The next one is Hawkeye. A lot of people have built up Hawkeye, and a lot of people have been waiting for this weapon refine. So he still has a -1 special cooldown, and he basically has lull attack defense as his weapon refine. If you run lull speed resistance, then he can basically have like an omni lull. The lull skill which he has got in his weapon refine is actually pretty helpful because you're able to neutralize foes' bonuses to attack, which means that he's going to be taking less damage, and also foes' defense, which means that he can do more damage. So it's actually pretty decent, just plays into his strength, and you can definitely use him as a tank. A lot of people I know do use him as their arena cheerleader, and also in Aetheraids as their super tank. So in that case, he can definitely be helpful. The next weapon refine we have is Frederick's Axe. This one is pretty boring. I mean, it gets the job done, but it doesn't really bring anything new to the table. So basically, it's just a slaying hammer, which is legendary, and the weapon refine gives you death blow, and that's pretty much it. So a lot of people basically have this kind of budget build on Frederick for armor slaying in arena assault. So basically, this is an upgrade to that with death blow, so he can slay those armors harder, and it doesn't really change his playstyle whatsoever. So that's why I say it's boring. I mean, it works out giving him the death blow, but still. And the next one we have, and the last one from this batch, in fact, is Virion, and it's the most impactful from taking him from where he used to be to the place where he is now. He's got Dignified Bow. It's effective on flying units, and it has got the sudden panic effect as its main effect. So that's really good with his high HP. So they are definitely making use of his high HP, which I really like. And that just makes him a pretty good support unit. And the weapon refine is also pretty synergetic actually if you lose HP on him. So if unit's max HP is greater than foe's HP +1, it gives him +4 to all of his stats during the combat. So it can synergize well with stuff like Vantage and Desperation. So even if he has lost HP, like it's going to be counting his max HP that he has got. He's not going to be able to trigger his like the main effect from his weapon, but he's going to be able to have that if he takes a lot of damage. So that works out for him as an offensive unit as well. So he's really good support unit now, and he can also do much better offensively, which is huge for someone like Virion. Honestly, I think that Aversa is still a better support unit because she also has the -3 debuff to all of the stats with her Aversa's Knight. Yes, Virion does have more HP than Aversa, but still I feel like -3 debuff is really useful. And the fact that she's a flying unit is also pretty nice in terms of mobility. So with something like Aetheraids, that's going to be useful with Aversa, but Virion also has a niche. With the fact that he can run Infantry Pulse on his slot C and support like an Aetheraids defense team maybe, or just any kind of general infantry team because of his high HP while providing the sudden panic effect. So Virion has definitely become much better now, and that's really amazing actually for a unit like him who basically got kicked out of the Asuka trio. So that's gonna be it for this mini review. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, then please be sure to leave a like. It is gonna be much appreciated, and let me know in the comments if you're gonna be summoning on the Halloween banner, or are you gonna be refining any of these new weapons. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for getting the updates to my videos, because YouTube sub boxes are about as functional as Swiss Sparrow 3 being present on Rochelle's Space Kit. So with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.